Okay, there you go. We're here. A little late, but we are here, guys. I apologize. Technical difficulties happen, and my phone goes off. I forgot to mute.
Oh,
sorry for that.
Man.
So
You're fired.
I fire myself. So anyway, guys, hi. Just giving everyone a quick second to jump in. But let's kind of get to it, too, because we are running behind. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Talkin Geek, Episode 7, Season 1. The most geekiest talk show on the verse. And where we want to know what makes you geek. I'm your host, Aaron, and I'm here with the spectacular Robert.
Yes!
I'm moving my adjectives up.
Spectacular. I like it.
Yes.
It's like Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Except I don't have any of the powers of Spider-Man.
But you're wearing a red shirt.
A red shirt that is Star Wars themed. I wonder why.
I wonder. I don't know what happened. So, we have a lot of news, guys, this week.
Yeah, for sure.
Hollow Geek month still going on.
Yep.
And I was told by our producer last time that I can't show off the title of what I have, but I brought us something. Some news about Halo Infinite, Outer World, as well as Watchmen came out this past weekend.
Yep.
Timor, we can get a little bit more into that. It's another movie that's come out. A bunch of Star Wars news has come out. Movie news about Batman casting, possibly.
Yeah.
Some Terminator news. And some other local news about some conventions that are going on here in San Antonio, actually. A lot of stuff has happened, so I guess let's kind of get right to it, everybody, and see what y'all think. So first, of course, Hollow Geek Month. Later this week, we'll have another game video up. We did a little night vision for it. It's an older game, but I hope you guys still enjoy it. Not as scary when someone keeps looking at the floor, but, it happens.
Well, don't throw shade at me. It wasn't me.
He wasn't playing, actually.
No, I was not. Maybe that's... You should have had me play. I'm a scared cat. Not really. I'm not.
You just it's scared, guys.
The scary alien.
Yeah, that would have been funny. So that's coming out this week. Next week, which I haven't told you yet, even we just kind of secured it. We will have Lizard Queen, who is a YouTuber who does horror ASMR videos. She'll be on the show next week with us, just audio, so she'll be live with us, talking about all the stuff she does, and may have one more guest the week after. I know it'll be the end of October, but we may have one more guest.
Sweet.
So pretty much every week so far, I've brought a food on.
Yep.
And if you don't mind grabbing it to your right, sir. We can't show the name according to our producer. She said that I need to stop doing that. So
they're not sponsoring us, right?
No, they're not. So,
well,
I just want to say,
I really like you're not going to be able to tell what these are because they don't look anything like a very, very popular food
at
item.
all. Would you like some?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take one.
I have to kind of hold it this way. I'll put it right here so you can't see the name.
I'm going to hold it up for you.
Yeah.
So it's 2 chocolate cookies with cream in the middle.
Yeah.
I wonder what it could be.
But I can't show that side. One side has the name on it.
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
do you have a high def camera?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Orange cream filling for Halloween.
Yeah.
So Aaron's about to show you the wrong way to eat this particular type of cookie.
The wrong way.
Yeah, because I see what you're doing. That's the wrong way to do it.
I also don't like chocolate, guys. Side note. But I do it for y'all.
He doesn't like chocolate. Okay, if you're watching right now, and you want to just cut off half your screen and only focus on me, I would understand.
Now's the time to. I wouldn't mind.
I mean, someone that doesn't like chocolate.
I mean, yeah. I don't like chocolate. I don't like...
I'm a little bit concerned.
Oh, I can make you more concerned. I don't like red meat.
I mean, I know that about you.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, that's right.
But no chocolate?
Nope, no chocolate. But I did this for them.
You might as well not even be American.
If you want to check them out, they're limited edition at your store. 2 cookies with cream.
Oh, there's orange. Spooky Halloween designs. I didn't even notice.
Oh, you didn't even notice that? Yeah.
So half of it, they got webs or pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns on the cookies. So,
yep.
Cool.
So like we said, there's a lot of Star Wars news.
Star Wars.
You want to take over on that one? I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, so the Rise of Skywalker final trailer dropped last night. Aaron and I have not watched it yet. We are going to do a live reaction to the trailer here in just a moment. So it's actually going to be playing on our TV, so you guys probably won't see it. Hopefully this will be riveting, and we'll try and do a cool react here and let you know what our thoughts are. But before we jump into the trailer, what are you excited about with this? With the close to the Skywalker saga, if you will. It's episode 9. It's apparently this is the last of the episodic movies, at least for a while. So are you excited for episode 9? Are you indifferent towards episode 9? How you feeling?
I'm kind of indifferent right now. I liked, what are we on 9? So 7.
Force Awakens.
I liked that one.
Yep.
8. I honestly haven't even seen the whole thing yet.
The Last Jedi. You haven't seen the whole movie?
No, not at all.
Aaron.
Well, I'll be honest. Like, the thing is, it never caught my attention. The
I don't like chocolate. I don't eat red meat, and I haven't seen Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi.
Nope, not at all.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, a lot. There's a lot wrong with me.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
So,
okay, sorry, I cut you off because I was so shocked you actually haven't even seen the movie.
Yes. Oh,
continue. Oh, jeez.
Good. Sorry, technical difficulties, real quick.
Aaron.
Trying to set things up.
Oh my goodness, you're
I
terrible.
apologize.
You're terrible.
This is what happens with the production guy does everything. So I haven't seen all of 8. I do want to watch it. I probably will watch it this week just to watch it, get it fresh in my mind. But I am tired of the Skywalkers. That's why I haven't watched it. I was hoping when 7 came out, it would be a whole new thing.
A lot of Luke in that last in that last movie. There's barely any Luke. What's he talking about? What are you talking about?
It's the name of the next film, Skywalker.
Yeah, that's true, but there's barely been any Skywalkers in 7 or 8. Barely any Leia.
Yeah.
Barely any Luke. The only real Skywalker that we have is not even a Skywalker because it's Ben Solo.
Yeah.
And, Kylo Ren, and he sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, without further ado, I guess we should just watch the trailer.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the trailer.
Do a little react to it.
Give a little reaction.
So
So
you guys have probably all seen this, but this is gonna be my first time. So
you may hear it in the background for a moment.
All right. We got Rey in the forest.
Oh, look at that! She jumps. She jumped
now,
to that.
A feeling. Okay.
I like binoculars. I mean, it looks beautiful, guys. For whoever hasn't seen, which I doubt anyone hasn't, it does look really nice.
Yep. People will fight.
Pretty much the same cast from the last couple films are coming back.
Oh man.
No one does.
No one knows me.
We're also having a little problem with chat, so I apologize for the chatting.
Here it is. Oh, that's a sweet look.
Ooh, I like that.
Ice planet thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Palpatine's throne. Uh-oh.
Falcon in the way.
Massive space battle!
I'm kind of looking forward for a massive space battle. That'd be fun.
We got the lightsaber. Man. The Palpatine over... Yeah, voice.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Are they finally going to kill the character?
I think they're going to wipe his memory at least.
So.
Which they have done several times with 3PO.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
BB-8.
Yeah. Yesterday, Carrie Fisher's birthday, by the way.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to her. Unfortunately, so sad still.
The saga will end. The story lives forever. Oh,
Nice little block.
Are they fighting together? Those little Kylo and Rey together. It looked like maybe.
I couldn't tell if he was blocking the hit or if they were hitting the statue-looking thing.
Always.
Always.
Interesting, guys. I don't
That
know.
was
what
a little.
else thought of
That
it.
was Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher there with that final voiceover.
It sounded like it.
Mark Hamill saying the Force will be with you, and then it was Carrie Fisher saying always. See
Yeah.
if there's a little tag at the end.
December 20th. which
December
we already knew
20th.
that.
Tickets available now. All right.
So that was the story. So sorry, guys. I know it wasn't live right here on the video. I just couldn't get to work right away.
That's all right.
But yeah, like it looks good. It looks beautiful.
I mean, obviously, it looks great. I'm going to want to watch that several more times, but just off the bat, a couple things that stood out to me that, like, Ice Planet looked pretty awesome. Not Hothish, like
No, not
Empire
at all.
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But it looked cool. Obviously, we saw, a Throne of Palpatine, some massive space battle look like? The
That
Millennium
looked
Falcon in front of like a bunch of ships and everything. So that looks cool. The music is great. Obviously, gonna be an emotional send off for Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher, obviously. She passed away a couple years ago. Actually,
these are the last scenes that she filmed right before.
well, I know that they're using footage actually that they shot both for The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, because she had passed away by the time this movie went into production.
Really?
So all of the footage supposedly that she's in the movie, they did announce. I think they said that they're not like digitally recreating her or anything. This is all footage that she shot for the other two movies. So it'll be interesting to see how they make that work.
Yeah.
I know, we've already kind of had to, we didn't say goodbye to her. So by the time The Last Jedi came out, she had passed away. She actually passed away while Rogue One was in theaters. Because I remember the first time I went to see it, she was still alive.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, did you see Rogue One? I have to ask you now
Yes,
because you
I've
haven't
seen
seen The
Rogue
Last Jedi. So that final moment where, it's the young Princess Leia saying, what is this? It's hope. I remember the second time I went to see that in theater was right after she passed away, and I like broke down in theater because I'm like, oh my god, it's Princess Leia, it's Carrie Fisher.
That was tough.
So that was that was super emotional for me. We didn't really get that emotional moment in the Last Jedi.
No, I don't think. I didn't hear.
Well,
anyone
especially
talk about
because
it.
you didn't even see the movie.
I've heard of what happens at this point. It's been so long.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Anywho. So I'm looking forward to an emotional send off and the conclusion of what this looks like, and hopefully we see we see a satisfying conclusion. Obviously, J.J. Abrams coming back. He directed The Force Awakens. Rian Johnson took over for The Last Jedi. A very divisive film. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I think I love parts of it, and I hate parts of it. So I think I'm both of those people.
You're like,
but I really am looking forward to the end of this. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and hoping to see, obviously, some things that we haven't seen before. And from a character standpoint, the only thing I really hope we don't see is I do not want Kylo Ren to be redeemed.
Why?
Well,
he deserves it.
Speaking as someone who hasn't seen The Last Jedi, there are reasons. I don't want him to be redeemed. I don't think he has earned it.
Really? Okay.
I think that, I want him to be the villain for the rest of...
the rest of it all.
Yeah,
Okay.
and whether he dies or not in Episode 9, I don't really care. But I don't want him to be redeemed. And probably everybody said the same thing going into Return of the Jedi about Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
And he gets his redemption at the end of Return of the Jedi. So don't do that. That was added in post.
It was.
That was not original.
That is true. I remember reading up on that.
But I really like the trailer. So I'm looking forward to the movie here in just a couple months, December 20th.
Yes, sir.
Tickets are on sale, so it's
They
time
are.
to get them.
And now, speaking of tickets, are you going to do the AMC Marathon? 27 and a half hours almost.
Hell no. Here's the thing. I'm a massive Star Wars fan.
Yes.
But if I never see Attack of the Clones again, I will be a happy person. Especially the first two episodes, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, I am not a fan of. So, no, I'm not going to do the Star Wars Marathon. Not going to spend that much time in a theater.
Aww.
I may do my own version of a marathon where I rewatch the movies. Actually, leading up to Force Awakens was the last time I watched the prequel trilogy. Because I did go back and watch the original 6 episodes leading up to Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
I did not do that for The Last Jedi.
Okay.
I don't think I'll do it for this one either, just because I don't want to watch the original prequel trilogy. But I might go back to the original trilogy, watch 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And maybe even Rogue One, throw that one in there. I will skip Solo because it's completely inessential. As much as it was a fine movie, like I didn't hate it or anything, but
it just it has nothing to do with it.
It didn't matter. But I'm looking forward to Episode 9.
That'll be cool.
What about you?
I'm good. Like I said, I'm gonna watch 8 so I can watch 9. Yeah. I've been around. I mean, I have to see this through the end.
Yeah.
So if you don't know about me, at least, I actually watched 1, 2, and 3 first, then 4, 5, and 6, now 7, and then you do 8,
I'm
9.
sorry.
So that's how I was introduced to Star Wars.
I'm sorry.
But I like those little droids that roll around and like have the bubble shields around them.
Yeah, droidicas.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
they're
Those are
cool.
what I liked.
They're
I hated
cool.
everything else.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing is there's some cool visual stuff
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
the prequel
amazing.
trilogy, but no,
Yeah.
there's not enough
Um,
there for me to stay engaged.
Yeah.
However, I am super excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show
That would be fun.
with Ewan McGregor, and there's actually been rumors that Joel Edgerton
Really?
will return. He has a very
Huh.
tiny, small cameo role in Revenge of the Sith. He plays Owen Lars, Uncle Owen.
That'll be
I don't
interesting.
think he even gets a speaking line.
He's just gonna wave.
But now he's not necessarily a star, but he's a bigger actor. He's been in a few
Yeah.
things. And so there's been rumors that he might return for the Kenobi series. That would be pretty cool.
I'd be down for that.
And then obviously The Mandalorian has gotten some first reviews.
Yes.
People have been praising it, saying it's been really, really good. So that's coming on Disney Plus next month when it launches.
Yeah.
I'm going to be super excited to jump into The Mandalorian. And then
Fun.
obviously Episode 9.
It'll be fun. It's gonna be a busy month for Star Wars, or busy time for Star Wars. You know, especially like I said, if you do want to check out everything, AMC is doing a 27 and 21 minute marathon of Star Wars. So if you want to go check them out, I believe it's gonna start from the very beginning. So it may start with Rogue One or maybe even Solo. I'm not sure. I haven't.
Yeah.
From what it doesn't have exactly the order online yet. It just says it's going to be a Star Wars marathon, and you're going to. I guess it's just the 9. Experience all 9 Star Wars saga films in one epic day. So
Yeah.
no Rogue One, no Solo movie. That'll be interesting though. So
Yeah.
check it out, guys, at your local AMC if you want to look into that.
Hop in for the end lightsaber duel of Phantom Menace. That's the only part of that movie you need to watch. You can skip the entire Attack of the Clones. Watch a little bit of Revenge of the Sith. That's definitely the best of the prequels. And then 4, 5, and 6. They will probably be the remastered versions.
Probably.
Which have some scenes that shouldn't be in them. But, hey.
It happens. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Will it?
You can live with it.
Will it? Will I?
No, you'll probably be mad. So sticking with some movie news, I want to kind of give a shout out to our friend. We have interviewed him in the past, John Guerra.
Yeah.
He actually just came out with a small short. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it.
I did. I watched
you?
it earlier today. Yeah.
Nice. And it is called Tamor. So for those of you who are listening to our podcast, you're not going to see this, but right now on our screen, in between me and Robert, is the poster he has for the little movie. It's pretty cool looking. Looks like it's a villain's face that you see.
Mm-hmm.
It is written and directed by John Guerra. He has also done Wolfsbane 1, and I was actually in a scene for Wolfsbane 2 that will be coming out later. I don't have too much details on that. Can't say too much more than that either. But yeah, so he's a nice guy. We've met him at Celebrity Fan Fest a few months back.
Cool dude.
He's really chilled. I really recommend it. If you haven't checked out Wolfsbane, please go check out Wolfsbane 1. Go check out Demore, which is out on Vimeo.com right now. I think it's $1 to rent and $1.99 to buy. Support some local South Texas filmmakers here. There's not a whole lot of them out there that have the heart and soul that John does, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy. The film is actually really good, I thought, for almost low to no budget, I think.
Yeah, it was a $18 kind of, it's a little bit of a creature horror type movie. The premise is basically a family that, basically ends up in a brand new house through... basically, hey, you inherited this house from a long lost relative that passed away.
Yeah.
And they get there, and it's a family with kids, and pretty much everybody has some sort of an encounter with some sort of creature or spirit or something like that. And then
the ending was good though.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
There was a lot of setup. It was cool. I was reading also that this is like the first in a series of shorts.
Yes, he will be doing
that they're going to be doing. So, I enjoyed it.
I'm glad.
It definitely horror is not usually my thing, but I thought especially the creatures were really cool. I thought the design of them were really cool, and so it was a nice little small independent short film. It was pretty cool.
I recommend it, guys. Like I said, just want to keep local films alive. I know we just talked about a huge multi-million-dollar movie, and now, like I said, this is
just a small little picture.
No,
not
like
a lot of fans for Star Wars.
And there's only be like 10 people in the theater probably.
Yeah, 8 months after it comes out.
Right. So, but yeah, definitely, if you're not in South Texas, definitely look at your local film industry in your state and your country and just see who you like. Maybe you'll find something that catches your fancy. Like Robert said, he's not a big fan of horror, but it wasn't terrible to watch.
No.
It's actually really good.
It was like very atmospheric. I thought the music was really good.
Oh my god, the music hit.
So
I
yeah,
love
that was cool.
So going into maybe a little bit lighter note, the Batman movie that is coming out with Sparkly Batman. And that's his name from now on, Sparkly Batman.
You're incorrect. It's Rob Bat and Bat.
Oh, Rob Bat. Got it.
Robert Pattinson, just for anybody, let's not
That's true.
not offend anybody.
No offense.
So last week we talked about Zoe Kravitz being cast as Catwoman.
Yes.
We have another casting this week. Paul Dano
Yep.
is going to play the Riddler. I think Paul Dano is a fantastic choice for the Riddler.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him in a few things. Most notably, the one for me that he really stands out from is There Will Be Blood, which came out about a decade ago. It was a little fantastic kind of indie film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But he's really good in the movie. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's a fairly well-known actor.
Yeah.
But I think he's a perfect choice for someone like
for the Riddler.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, a lot better than Jonah Hill. I mean, I love Jonah Hill. I think he could have done good.
Yeah,
but I think they just found someone that could top him.
I never really liked Jonah Hill as the Riddler. I like Jonah Hill, and I could have seen him playing I could see him playing a Batman villain.
Oh yeah,
maybe
definitely.
Even somebody like maybe even the Penguin.
I honestly would say Penguin.
But I think Paul Dano's perfect for the
yeah. I think they're doing good. They're taking their time. They're not rushing. They're not going straight for huge names.
Yep.
I mean, like you said, he is a big name, but let's face it, he's no like Ben Affleck. He's no Christian Bale right now, at least, where they can probably ask for $70-80 million and get it. But he's still a good name. So far, I think we have a good cast. I am gonna still be worried about Sparkly Batman.
Yeah.
But like I said, they should have shown a couple pictures of him working out. He actually has bulked up, so maybe he'll be a good fit. Maybe he'll be able to finally balance that Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah, I am actually the more things that come out about this movie, the more excited I get. Obviously, I love Batman.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about that many times before. I think Pattinson is somebody that could play a really good Batman. I really like Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. And I really like Paul Dano as the Riddler. I'm still not necessarily sold on Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, but I could see that happening. It could be something positive. But so. I'm definitely looking forward to Batman. I think that's supposed to come out next year. Is that right?
I believe 2020 or 2021. I know there's a lot of stuff slated for 2020, but I don't know if it's on that verge yet or not, or if they've even. Because it's going to take them about 7-8 months of filming, probably.
2021.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense. You get about next year, they'll probably start filming. I bet you sometime you know what? Probably December. I bet you they'll film because you can get the dark coldness kind of feel, depending where they go. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they're casting people now, they're probably going to head into production anywhere in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then,
that makes sense too.
Yeah, they'll shoot for a few months, do the editing, and do all that stuff. So. 2021. So I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited. So another big franchise has a movie coming out. Terminator Dark Fate.
Dark Fate. Yep. It started this franchise started in horror. I mean, the original 1984 Terminator movie is a horror movie. And that's a great movie. I love the first one. Number 2 turned it into more of an action movie. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, T2.
Is that with the liquid one?
Yep.
Okay, that's the one I always remember.
Robert Patrick as the T-1000, I believe, because I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's a T-800. I could be mistaken on that, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the most recent, obviously they've done Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
Those 3, certainly from a critical standpoint, have not been as well received.
Right.
Dark Fate coming out this weekend. And so far has gotten a lot of really positive buzz. People have been saying that it's the best Terminator movie since T2. So
Wow.
better than any of the most previous three, which again, not necessarily high bar to clear. Not people haven't necessarily been loving those. But with that being said, people have been lumping it in with the first two as it's of that quality rather than the other three. So
Wow.
I
Okay.
was kind of not sold on some of the trailers I'd seen for Terminator Dark
Right.
Fate. I didn't think they were great, but I liked a lot of the talent in it. I think Diego Luna is in the movie, I think, as he's, I think, the evil Terminator.
Oh, okay.
And then...
Is it the girl who played X-23? Is that X-23?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But Linda Hamilton coming back.
Yes. With Sarah Connor,
and so
right?
that's as Sarah Connor.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's back because he's always back.
He said he'll be back.
You
I
can't
mean,
you can't get rid of him.
No.
Mackenzie Davis, who has been in a lot of stuff. *Halt and Catch Fire* was on AMC. I actually
Okay.
never saw
I remember
that,
that.
but I know that was really good, and certainly she was in like The Martian.
Okay.
She was
I
in.
kind of remember The Martian, too.
I think she was in Blade Runner 2049.
Never saw that one.
Yeah, you
I
don't need
think
to.
That movie I can slide with.
Yeah,
Okay.
and actually not Diego Luna. It's Gabriel Luna. My
Okay.
bad, Gabriel
Okay.
Luna. And then supposedly Edward Furlong is supposed to return as John Connor. We have not seen him
Oh.
since T2 Judgment Day.
Because he died in that one, doesn't he?
He does not die.
I thought he died. Okay, I have to rewatch T2 now.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to rewatch T2.
But supposedly, I believe this is supposed to be basically a direct sequel to T2. It's kind of throwing out the other three.
Okay.
They've been doing that more recently with other movies. Halloween recently did that.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Where theirs came, kind of was as a direct sequel. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm now looking more forward to this than I had been. I don't think I was planning on seeing this in theater before, but now I
Same.
think maybe I will.
I'm at that point. The last trailer actually kind of sold me. Everyone knows I'm a big gamer, so I love seeing the Terminator and Sarah Connor in Gears of War 5, along with Batista.
Yeah.
But it was cool just to see that they're really pushing the promotion for this film. Like, please see this film. We really want you to see this film. And it's like, okay, we'll go see it. So, coming back from the big screen, though, we got some Watchmen news that's come out. The Watchmen series premiere. And it's already up on the stream, right, for HBO,
Yeah,
I believe.
I watched it last night.
So you watched it last night. So I haven't had a chance to watch it. I've been stuck editing. I'm going to let you take this away, sir.
Yeah, so obviously Watchmen, iconic comic book from the 1980s, was made into a movie in 2009. This is a sequel to the comic book. So that is very clear. This is not a sequel to the movie, which did change some endings. This is a sequel to the comic book. The first episode, no spoilers, but it kind of follows a similar path of the first issue of Watchmen, the comic book series,
Okay.
where we're kind of introduced to some mysterious elements, to some mysterious characters. We get a feel for the world, and now we're getting ready to jump into things. So this does take place in 2019.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
current day, if you will, but it's 34 years after the original comic book takes place. That was in 1985,
Okay.
and so there's a lot of information in between. So actually, in reading an article about the series premiere, HBO has launched basically a companion site for the
Really?
premiere, and so far up there they've got a few things that are in there. Some of it's explaining the 34-year what's happened in the 34 years and sort of getting you into the world. So
Okay.
I haven't read anything yet. I don't think you need to jump into the series. But if you're someone like me, I'm going to keep up with the
check it
stuff
out.
on the companion site, supplement everything from the show. So it's
Right on.
part of it. I thought it was a compelling first episode. It certainly feels like the world of Watchmen.
Okay.
But I'm really interested to see where it's going. This was very much a setup episode. You're meeting some characters.
Yeah.
You're getting introduced to the world. The opening scene was difficult to watch.
Oh.
It's actually... So the whole show takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or at least that's where it's primarily set.
Okay.
And so if you're not familiar, in I think it was 19.
Excuse me.
It's like the 1915 era, maybe
Okay.
1920s. There was, Black Eye for America, some major race riots in Tulsa,
Right.
Oklahoma. That is where this movie starts.
Oh.
Or this show
Okay.
starts. And so you get a very strong depiction of some race riots in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay.
And then it kind of fast forwards and makes that time jump to 2019. So
Okay.
not really clear at this point, why how those events are going to interconnect.
Yeah.
Certainly if you look at the Watchmen comic, there's stories at different points and
Right.
different characters at different times in history, so it's clear that they're kind of following that kind of concept. So anyways, I thought the series premiere was strong. I know it was the most watched series premiere that HBO has had since Westworld.
Wow.
So in a few years.
No.
So it's definitely a strong one. He's got his cat messing with the camera.
Sorry. I apologize, guys.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the show.
Now,
So you should definitely watch it.
I have to check that one out. David Lozano, Robert Redford is the president?
Yes, and has been the president for decades.
Oh.
In this version
Interesting.
of it, yeah, it's we don't actually get any scenes. I don't think Robert Redford is going to appear in the show, although maybe he will.
Okay.
But yes, he is the president. We do know that. So
That's kind of cool. I like that idea.
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Your wife wants you to bring her a Sprite. Thanks for putting that in our chat on our show.
No problem.
So, the other thing is, too, I know we got a lot of movie news and show news that's come out.
Yep.
More of my shift, though. 343 Industries is back in the news. And not for anything good. So, 343 is actually the company that has taken over the Halo games since Bungie has pretty much bowed out. Bungie did Halos 1, 2, and 3, as well as Halo Reach and Halo ODST. The last two games, Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians, were done by 343 Industries, who is a subsidiary of Microsoft. About 2 months ago, they lost their what was his name? Their executive producer, I believe. Let me see his name for you. I can't remember his name.
Tim Longo?
Yeah, he left back in August and was replaced by Mary Olsen, who's the executive producer, and she was going to be in charge of the campaign. What that is basically the single player or maybe couch co-op of the game. That's all she was going to be in charge of. But unfortunately, as of this month, as of actually a few days ago, and I'm sorry, my cat's back in the thing.
It's fine.
She actually has resigned as well. So she was supposed to be in charge of it, keep everything going, and now she's gone.
Yeah, it looks like she took a role at a different company, right?
Yes, she actually went over to Midwinter Entertainment. She's actually a head of production over there now, which, congratulations, that's amazing that sounds like she got a promotion from executive producer, possibly. But again, now the company's lost two major people. We've lost Tim Longo and we've lost Mary Olsen in 2 months, essentially. So this has a lot of people worried.
Not good.
What's the state of Halo Infinite? They have released one, essentially a teaser trailer, if you want to go like movie talk with it. Little about minute or so clip. Master Chief is back. John's around. He's lost in space, essentially, though. So that's all we know. We don't have much more than a few shots here and there of the planet, the slip space engine that they're using now, which is the graphics engine that creates the world. And they've talked about taking a step back from what they've been doing and going back to some of the old style. So people have been asking what's going on, and on Reddit, the community manager John Judzinski, I don't know how you say that, so I apologize. He said that Tim's role as a creative director was to help to make creative decisions around the design and direction of the game, whether it was the campaign, multiplayer, etc. He explained. He also said that Mary's role as an executive producer and then lead producer on the campaign was to help drive the game to its completion for our holiday 2020 release date, with the later specifically focusing on campaign deliverables. So right there, to me, it sounds like everything's going forward and she's just kind of like, hey, is everything okay? So he's trying to basically say that the game is still good to go.
Sure,
It's still
he's
gonna
doing
be-
damage control.
Yeah, he is. He's really like, we're okay for holiday release 2020.
Right.
But if you're a Halo fan, you know this is worrisome because, again, Halo 4 was okay. Halo 5 Guardians was considered one of the worst Halo games in the franchise. Not a lot of people liked it. They really did feel that it strayed away from what Halo was, that the trailers lied to us. There's a lot that, if you really want to get into it, there's a lot that happened. So really we'll see what happens in the next few months, if they lose any more people, if they replace either one of them technically now that they have job openings. And if you want your job, I guess go apply. But essentially, guys, that's some big gaming news that's happened with 343. You know, I never really think we would hear much on them, but I mean, the last 2 months, they've really had some issues. Another big game that actually comes out this Friday, on the 25th, Outer Worlds. It comes out for all the systems. It comes out for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, releasing October 25th. And basically, what this one is, it's an upcoming role-playing video game developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Private Division. The game, like I said, will be on PS4, Xbox, Microsoft Windows, so just PC. And the Nintendo Switch will be released later. Unfortunately, they don't have it releasing with the main consoles, so we don't have too much on that part. But it's a nice open world game, essentially. Like, I've watched a lot of the trailers. It has caught my attention, honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And if you are a big RPG fan, I really recommend it. I really recommend checking it out. It looks like it's a brand new IP, guys. So for me, I am getting tired of seeing the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, all of the same games that we've gotten for the last 10 years. You know, this is going to be a new one. So I definitely recommend checking it out, guys. And hopefully we should have a review of the game on the day it comes out on the 25th. We may actually have a review posted that day. So I'm hoping, if not by that day, if not by the weekend. But definitely check it out, guys. The game that's called Outer Worlds. And it looks good. It looks like it'll be a fun game. I'm really intrigued with it.
Yeah, the graphics look really good. Obviously, it's kind of a set. I mean, Outer Worlds, so we're talking space.
Yes,
you know, you're gonna planet hop. You know, go to a few different places. You know, so yeah, it'll be interesting.
From what I've read, your ship will be completely customizable. I could be wrong, but I thought it said it was gonna be customizable. But that's going to be essentially your waypoint to other worlds. So you'll be able to get your ship, you know, set it up, and then you go fast travel from there. What that is instead of, okay, I have to get in my ship, spend 10 minutes to fly this planet, you go to your ship, you probably are going to click on a map or something on a console, and then it's just going to load the next world. So it kind of like, to me, it cuts down time. I hate games where it's like, oh, I got to go fly for 10, 20 minutes, and that's, the traveling is actually part of the game. Unless you can give me a space battle in the middle of that, I really don't care. So I like that we're not going to have to worry about wasting that kind of time.
Yeah, and reviews so far have been pretty positive. So
I'm excited for them. I'm really hoping that this game is going to take off. I really think that they have something solid there, and I think it's going to go places. I really do.
Yeah.
So check out our review hopefully this weekend, guys. We also do have coming up this weekend, Alamo City Comic Con is Celebrity Fan Fest. I apologize. Is having their preview con this weekend. So if you have bought your tickets for the original Celebrity Fan Fest that comes out next year on 2020, you will be able to go to this con for essentially free.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cons, you talked about Alamo City Comic Con.
Yes.
So they were in the news. What was that? Today, I think it came out.
Yes,
that because they're moving to a different location than they've been in years past. Right?
Yeah, so originally they were at the Henry B. Gonzalez Center their first 2 years.
Right.
These last 2 times they've been at the Alamo Dome.
Okay, right.
So yeah, the Alamo Dome, which is downtown as well. And people were always asking, what's going on? Why did you leave Henry B. Gonzalez Center? And a lot of times the con owner, Apple de la Fuente, would say that it's to help make sure that there was more room. Then this year, originally it was supposed to be at Sunset Station, which is a heck of a lot smaller than the Alamo Dome here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So our Alamo Dome houses pretty much a lot of our college footballs. They do a lot of the sports events there.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's I think 40,000, 50,000.
I think something like that. Yeah.
So it's a big place, and Sunset Station is actually maybe, gosh, I've been there a few times, maybe a 16th of the size, maybe. So it's really interesting how we went from these big, huge venues down to this little one, and then I heard it moved again, which
to the Grand Hyatt Hotel.
There you go.
Yep.
Which I believe is actually next door to the Henry B. Gonzalez Center.
Correct. Yep.
So
right next door. So the question was,
yeah.
Well, if you're going right back to the same location, why not go back to the convention center?
Exactly.
Right there. Well, apparently, why not is because they owe the city of San Antonio $170,000 from previous cons, and apparently, at least according to the De La Fuente, he said, he talked about it. He said, due to extenuating circumstances beyond our control that arose after last year's show, we weren't able to pay the city's bill in full. Ooh. However, Alamo City Comic Con is committed to paying the city everything it's owed and plans to do so as soon as it can. So that's very interesting. Yeah, I'm sure that San Antonio wasn't going, come on back. Come on back to the convention center. You owe us $170,000.
Don't forget to pay your bill before you come in, please.
Right, yeah. Just, can you make a down payment of $165,000, please?
We'll be fine with that. We'll write off the other $5. Don't even worry about it. That'll be on us.
So, interesting news.
That was interesting because if you are from San Antonio or South Texas in general, or even Central Texas, Henry B. Gonzalez Center is actually a big convention center. They do a lot of the major cons, actually. Like, one of the biggest ones that will be coming up next year is PAX South.
Right.
Which actually, if you don't know, used to be in Austin, which is the capital for Texas, and they had it for many, many years, and then all of a sudden San Antonio won a bid war, and now we have it. We've had it for the last about 3 years, I believe now, 3 or 4 years. So, everyone wanted to know what was going on, why they did that. So now we know. Now we know it's always has to do with money somewhere. I always believe.
Oh yeah.
So $170,000 they're not taking lightly, and unfortunately, without that, I mean, who knows where they're going to be? Everyone was planning Sunset Station, and now we're back at the Grand Hyatt, which I've been there once, and I don't think it's anywhere near as big as the Alamo Dome. We're probably looking at still maybe a third of the size.
Yeah.
But that also makes me wonder, what's their celebrity list going to look like then? We've had a few people come out. Michael Keaton's their biggest one so far. Which, I mean, it's not like that's a small name. That's a huge name. He was the Vulture. Batman. He's Batman.
I'm Batman.
He was, what else has he been in? So Vulture, Batman.
I mean, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, that was the other one. I couldn't think of the main one.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Very famous actor.
So, no, he's only done like 10 films. It's nothing big. So, I'm wondering where are we going to go from here. So we'll see if he sticks to the Grand Hyatt. If he's going to, that statement doesn't essentially say they're paying him anytime soon. It just says that we'll pay you when we pay you.
We'll pay you when we can.
Yeah. So hopefully, we wish him well, of course, and I hope he's able to pay it. And that way we can get it back at the Henry B. Gonzalez Center, because I love that convention center. I think it's well laid out. It's a lot better to me than the convention center in Austin. I don't like going up 3 flights of stairs and trying to figure out where the heck I'm supposed to be.
Well, I also don't like driving into Austin, because Austin sucks.
It does. Don't drive to Austin. Please, don't ever drive to Austin.
But if you're in Austin and you're watching us, Austin is awesome.
Yeah, we love you, Austin. You're the best city out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was gonna just mention real quickly, before we jump into our next topic.
Yeah.
As we're talking about Comic-Con and everything, and other things like that. So yesterday was actually another anniversary. We celebrated Batman.
Yes. 80s, right?
For 80 years. So 75 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman was the anniversary from yesterday. So I think there were some comics that came out.
Yes.
That were kind of themed towards that. But it's 75 years of fighting for the American people, or fighting for love, if you will. I think one of my favorite ways that I ever heard it put was, Superman, fights to save people.
Mm-hmm.
Batman fights against crime.
Right.
Wonder Woman fights for justice. And I'm like,
I like that.
I like
idea.
that.
Yeah.
So, Wonder Woman, justice, 75 years of justice and love. I'm, big Wonder Woman fan.
Not a day over 30. Not a day over 30.
Well, not the current one.
So,
no.
No, not at all on that one either. I mean, it's cool. So you got Batman's 80th and Wonder Woman 75. So 2 of the Holy Trinity technically for DC.
Yeah.
So if you
It's
just
pretty cool.
You just need Superman now to. I don't know how old Superman is at this point.
Well, I think he's older than Batman.
Oh yeah, he's way older because he came out in like the Great Depression era.
Yeah, well, so did Batman.
So-
What do you think 80 years ago is?
Roaring 20s, which would have been after the. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, Batman was
You're right.
1939.
He was. So right before
So
World
I
War
think
II.
Superman was somewhere in
I think he was in the 20s. I think.
yeah, something like that. I don't know
So
exactly.
shows like how much I keep up with DC though. But speaking of comic news too, we also did have a couple of Marvel comics dropped. Spider-Man Full Circle #1 comes out this week. Actually, comes out tomorrow. A summons from S.H.I.E.L.D. Leads Peter Parker into a global spanning adventure that will test him as never before. One in which the future of all mankind lies in his webbed hands. So it looks interesting. I read the cover, read a couple of summaries on it. Might be one I pick up. So that's a #1 that's coming out. So if you haven't started any kind of Spider-Man, this might be a good one to pick up.
Yeah.
The Marauders are coming back as well with their #1. That was an old, I want to say it was in the 80s that originally came out, I believe. I'm not a huge X-Men fan, so you can correct me when they actually came out, because I remember Storm was actually in charge of them at one point as well.
Right.
But in this one, the X-Men sail at dawn. It's actually a, like, at sea's kind of one. So even the glorious new dawn, mutant kind faces hardships and oppressions from their human counterparts. They're actually going to be led by Captain Kitty Pryde and funded by Emma Frost and the Hellfire Trading Company.
Lovely.
So if you know anything about Emma Frost, she was actually originally part of the Hellfire Club back in the 70s, I want to say is when they came out. And they were always against the X-Men.
Yep.
Over the last about 15 to 20 years, though, she has joined up with the X-Men and it's kind of filled in that Xavier kind of role, as Xavier has slowly stepped out. She is also a strong telepath. And
Stepped out.
I did not even think of that. That was terrible on my part because I didn't even think of it.
Aw,
So
poor Professor X.
Professor X will.
Hey, but in the movies, as long as you have a serum, apparently you can walk or not have blue hairy skin.
Exactly. No. Yeah.
Hey,
But,
they're coming back to Marvel Studios.
Yes, everybody's back except for
Technically Spider-Man.
the one that won.
He's still hanging out with them.
He hangs out. He comes by on holidays.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Speaking of Marvel,
Speaking of Marvel Studios, so this is not official yet, although it is being reported by Deadline, a very reputable source. Jeff Loeb, who was previously in charge of Marvel's television series over at Netflix, like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders,
yes,
Punisher. He's also been in charge of basically anything Marvel television related up to this point. So that includes like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, Cloak and Dagger, any of the live action TV stuff, and even I think the animated stuff has fallen under his umbrella basically.
Okay.
He's been in charge of it. So over the last about couple years, there's been some restructuring over at Disney with Kevin Feige. He and Jeff Loeb used to both report up to Ike Perlmutter.
Okay.
Kevin Feige moved away from that reporting structure and started reporting directly to Disney CEO Bob Iger, and was no longer reporting up to Perlmutter, which, apparently there had been a lot of stories of conflict between Feige and Perlmutter for quite some time.
Yeah.
And so now with the launch of Disney Plus and some of the limited series that are going to be coming out on Disney Plus that are going to fall under the Marvel Studios banner, they're going to integrate more with the movies. They're going to be produced by Kevin Feige. It appears that Jeff Loeb is going to be transitioned out of at least head of Marvel Television. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be part of Disney anymore. Yeah. But he's not going to be in charge of Marvel Television, and it does appear that they are going to move all of Marvel Television to be underneath Kevin Feige. So now he'll be movies, TV. Okay. He'll be responsible basically for all of it. And so, yeah, I think from a narrative standpoint, I think this is a really strong move if you're somebody that loves the MCU. Exactly. Like I do. I think in Feige we trust.
I mean, it'll be interesting because I know right now they can't touch Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, or Jessica Jones for at least another 2 years, I believe. I think it had to be 3 years after the cancellation.
I think it was 2 years after the cancellation. Okay. So all of them have been canceled as of earlier this year.
Yeah, Punisher finally got the axe, right?
And so I think there's a 2-year freeze on those characters appearing on any other platform besides Netflix.
Yeah.
And since they've kind of ended that relationship with Netflix, obviously, it'll be till then. So, whether they'll make an appearance, I mean, there's been, a lot of rumors that people, and I think it's not even rumors. I think it's just people wanting some of those characters to reprise their roles, like Charlie Cox as Daredevil or Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Oh, yes. I think there's a lot of people that would love that. I would love that too.
Heck yeah.
As far as I know, there have been no actual sources that have said we think this is likely or this is happening. So
yeah, like you said, it's pretty much what fans want.
It's wishful thinking,
exactly,
at this point.
Because I think you have said it before with Spider-Man, they kind of painted themselves into a corner. We can't really do much yet, because they would be in a corner and they would have to literally wait 2 years. If they filmed anything now, they have to wait at least another year and a half before they could release it, possibly.
Well, I mean, the next Spider-Man movie's not coming out till 2021.
True.
So, in theory, it would have passed the 2-year time frame. So if they did want to use any of those characters, and certainly Daredevil and Spider-Man have a long history in the comics.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Kingpin and Spider-Man obviously have a very long history in the comics.
Punisher as well.
They could use those characters. I just find it highly unlikely that they're going to tie more Marvel Studios characters into the Spider-Man universe when it seems like eventually that's going to go back to Sony and be all on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think they're going to be looking to bring a lot of those characters back.
No. We'll see what happens. I mean, it'll be interesting to see them come out. I know, again, it's all wishful thinking to see if they'll come out in the next Spider-Man or the next, whichever one they want to try to release them out in. So
yeah, well,
it'll be interesting.
I think we could see a return of the characters within a few years. Certainly by the time we get to She-Hulk, I think that's a courtroom drama type thing. So can you see a Matt Murdock Daredevil in that show? Sure. Whether it's going to be Charlie Cox,
it better be Charlie Cox.
I don't know that I see that happening.
I don't know.
I would love it. I think he's great in the role. But I'm just not sure that, that's the direction Marvel's going to go in. I think, they've recast before. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, was not the original Hulk in the MCU. It was Edward Norton. Yeah. Don Cheadle as War Machine. It was Terrence Howard first. Yeah. So they haven't been afraid to recast people. Even technically, I believe, the character of Tony Stark's father...
Oh, Howard,
first of all, it's played by two different actors because in two different time frames. So he appears in Captain America: First Avenger. But even so, in the first Iron Man movie, there's that newspaper article in that montage that shows that their car crash kind of thing, and that's a different actor. So they obviously had not cast the role yet. And so it's a different person in that newspaper article. So
I didn't even catch that.
See, come on, bro.
Interesting. So, well, on that note, guys, I mean, you've been out here for a while now. Sorry for the late delay on everything. As you can see, we had a.
He's also sorry that he doesn't like chocolate, red meat, or Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I will be watching this 8th episode, whatever number it is.
Yeah, the last 45 minutes of that movie are the best part.
So I can skip the whole thing.
No,
Oh.
I'm just saying that's the best part. So
Yes.
So
yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
I'll be watching that, I guess, then, guys.
Yeah, you better.
But I hope you enjoyed everything. Again, if there's anything you ever want us to talk about, or again, we did used to be on the radio at one point, or I was with David. If there's any segments you missed from that show that you would like to see come back to this one, please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
Definitely subscribe, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. And let us know what you think, and I hope you all enjoy.
Yeah, and as things move forward, as Watchmen continues going,
Yes.
we'll continue talking about it on Talkin Geek, and then once the series ends, we'll definitely have a review about it, and let people know what we thought. We'll keep talking about geeky stuff. Obviously, we know Star Wars is coming out in a couple months, but Terminator just came out, so we're definitely going to be, when I get a chance to see that, we'll talk about it.
Zombieland Double Tap came out this past weekend, so
Yes,
I'll try to see that this week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, and I heard it was good. I know somebody that went to see it and they enjoyed it, so I think there's a lot of fun content out there for everybody, and at the end of the day, just stay geeky.
Stay geeky, guys, and let us know what makes you geek, and like I said, in our comments, and enjoy and have a great evening.
All right.